Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. My main tarot channel is Moon Moth Goddess, so thank you guys so much for those of you that have come over from my main channel onto this one, and those of you that are new, welcome if this is the first time clicking on one of my videos. I also encourage you to check out my other channel as I do have a bunch of other content uploaded over there. We just actually reached 100,000 subscribers on the other channel, so I could not be more grateful to each and every one of you for your love, your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my work here on both of the channels. So thank you guys so much. So today's pick a card reading is going to be actually one that was subscriber requested, and it is asking what generational cycles, or what some of you may see as curses, are you breaking? Okay, so what generational cycles, curses are you breaking? So pile number one, you are going to be this card here with the Amazonite. And it says 28, when all seems ended. And it's like a little creature. It's like the back of its head. This is from the, what is this? Into the Lonely Woods Oracle. So pile one, this is yours here. Pile number two, you are going to be card number 18, which says the littlest blessing, and that is with this selenite for pile one. Pile number two, you are going to be this card here, which is card number 15. Your inner light will guide you. And that is with this desert little jasper heart, which is actually like a little, I don't know, bluish gray color for pile number three. Okay, so what generational cycles, curses, if you choose to look at them that way, are you breaking? Okay, so we're going to look at that. We're going to pull some tarot, some oracle messages, and we'll see whatever comes through. If you do feel guided to listen to more than one reading, you may have messages across the pile, so that is perfectly okay for this reading. Timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hi pile one. So those of you that resonated with card number 28, when all seems ended, and the Amazonite, this is going to be a reading. I'm just going to put this over here for right now. We're going to get the tarot out, and then we will start pulling out the oracle. I do want to look at everything all together, so we are going to pull our cards first. Okay. And I feel with the card that you chose, when all seems ended, I feel like many of you have already done so much work to change a lot of these generational cycles that have been maybe happening within your ancestral family line. I feel like for quite some time to really kind of change things up. But we'll see kind of what this is surrounding. So pile number one, what generational cycles or curses are you breaking? Pile number one. And of course there can be, you know, multiple. This may not necessarily be everything, right? You may already have like an idea of some type of pattern that you see kind of happening, right? On the maternal line, the paternal line of your family. What generational cycle or curses are you breaking? Pile number one. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so that is a really, really powerful energy. Very powerful. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's a lot of that fire sign energy that is filled with passion and creativity and confidence and drive, stamina. You know, wanting to pursue goals, dreams, desires, and putting forth that focused intention, right? We have the Nine of Cups energy here. So this is about dreams, fulfillment, happiness, things that you want to bring about within your life. So I'm already seeing here that you may have had some type of past or family, right, past in which family members ancestors, your family line, right? Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, great grandparents may have had many wishes, many dreams, many hopes that they wish to have achieved within their lifetime. And they may have talked about it. Oh, one day I want to do this and I want to do that. Or, even certain things that they, wanted to accomplish, or they wanted to go to school, they wanted to go to college, or they look back on their life and they say, I've always wanted to do that, but I never had the chance to do it. I feel like with this Queen of Wands energy here and the Nine of Cups, you are actually doing it. Okay, you are actually doing it. And let's see here. What generational cycles and curses is pile number 1 breaking? Right? To live a life of happiness and contentment, fulfillment, accomplishing things. I feel like within your life, and feeling a sense of freedom and motivation and power. I feel like confidence in yourself is something that's huge, that's coming through here in this energy with the Queen of Wands and also the Sun. Okay, so let's see what else here. What generational cycle or curses are you breaking? Right? And it could have been like you had parents that were not happy, right? Or you grew up in a home, right, with one parent missing, or went through divorce, right? Which can also be these things that we go through and notice repeated patterns of behavior kind of happening, right? To me, this is a lot of happiness with the Nine of Cups and the Sun. And so it's kind of like you are changing in that you are kind of finding yourself, you're finding your power, you're stepping into your power, first off, with that Queen of Wands energy. And looking at this horse here, this white horse, also that it's the color white. Okay, to me that is about beginnings and purity, innocence, clearing things away from the past, right? Renewal, rebirth. I don't know. That's kind of what this is giving to me. Let's see. Pile number 1, wealth, abundance is also another thing that's coming through, right? What generational cycle curses is pile number 1 breaking? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so a lot of this too, I feel like has to do with abundance. Okay, Seven of Pentacles energy is when we are putting forth, look at that, Nine of Pentacles. We are putting forth, and I'm seeing Queen of Cups at the bottom. We are putting forth dedicated effort, solid effort towards goals, dreams, desires. We're learning how to be patient. We're learning how to not get frustrated, right? When we have a goal in mind and we're setting out to put forth the energy to create, to manifest, to become powerful manifestors, and to live a life that is filled with happiness and bliss and love. And I feel like looking at your Nine of Pentacles here, this is financial independence. This is wealth. Okay, so many of you, this is like a huge thing coming through here. This is being able to break through that generational cycle or curse, even surrounding abundance, independence, financial independence, security, stability. Maybe this is letting go of codependency, right? Like if you had, like, say, mom that was codependent, or dad that was codependent on another person, right? To make money or to be stable. So to me, this is a lot of powerful energy here surrounding wealth, right? Breaking curses, cycles of, feeling lack, scarcity, and you learning how to not, right, get frustrated, but continue to stay focused on what it is that you're trying to accomplish here for yourself. So yeah, a lot of this is wishes. Like I said, making wishes come true, dreams. You also have the Seven of Wands energy here. And the Seven of Wands is perseverance. Perseverance, that even when there are challenges and obstacles along your path, you are in that Queen of Wands energy, right? The Queen of Wands does not stop for anyone or anything. She has a goal in mind. She has a dream. She has a desire. She's making it happen. Challenge or not, if there's a blockage on her path, she'll find another way, right? That is the empowered energy you're kind of bringing in here, is this confidence and this drive within yourself to live a life that is filled with abundance and happiness and harmony and love and feeling a sense of accomplishment with the sun energy of being able to work towards those dreams, not giving up. You see it in your sights. And with the Queen of Cups energy here too. And to me, this is also you, listening to your intuition, right? Where your intuition is guiding you, where maybe past generations have had, intuitive downloads from spirit, but then not having the confidence to actually go after it and accomplish it, right? You are changing that. The Queen of Cups is a beautiful, creative energy. It is loving, it is healing, it is nurturing, it is sensitive and kind and, very creative in its way of expression and caring and nurturing others and nurturing yourself. So it's a lot of beautiful energy that you're bringing in here. And I'm seeing the Empress right underneath that. Okay. The Empress, it could be that you, maybe even within the maternal line. Okay. Because I am seeing a lot of feminine, but there's masculine energy here too with the sun. But the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Empress is going to be the feminine aspect. The Empress is all about nurturing, self-love, self-care, believing in oneself, feeling confident, feeling beautiful, feeling body positive, right? Feeling good about the self, knowing one's worth, knowing one's value, okay? Which is another huge thing that is coming. But yes, I'm feeling that this is a cycle of wealth, abundance, like I said, achievements in life. Like maybe you're the first person in your family to actually go to school, get a degree, own your own business, be successful, manifest abundance for yourself. You have the power to create, the power to manifest and actually make it happen. You're someone who's definitely on that path of building wealth. You're working towards building a family legacy, right? Leaving behind a legacy of wealth and abundance and changing. I feel like even your own children, right? If you decide to have children or nieces, nephews, things like that, they can look at you and be like, wow, auntie or uncle, like really did this, like they had a goal and they just went for it. And that shows me that I can do this too, right? I can be just like, mom, dad, brother, sister. It's kind of like you were changing the game, I feel like, with this type of energy. So let's see, what else do we have here? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Taurus energy, Virgo. Strong Leo energy, Pisces. Pile number 1, what generational cycle curses? I'm also getting codependency because this Nine of Pentacles is about independence or interdependence. Okay. Power. Lots of powerful energy here. What generational cycles or curses is pile number 1 breaking? Okay, so we have magic prayer. Okay, let's get this oracle here. We have the sacrifice. Okay, yes, I love that. I love that for this pile. Pile number 1. What generational cycles or curses are you breaking? This one is wanting to come out. We have Gwyneth, the mother. Look at that. The mother, nurture, and present. We saw that with that Empress energy there. Nurturing the self, nurturing ideas, nurturing creativity with that. So let's actually get one of these. So pile 1, what generational cycle or curses are you breaking? And we have stagnation. Look at that. Stagnation. Okay. So with the stagnation, right? Remember how I was saying that you have a lot of this very powerful energy of that Queen of Wands, right? Queen of Cups is the overall energy. the bottom of the deck, this is trusting in intuition. This is being creative. This is being, like I said, loving, nurturing, allowing the creativity to flow, right? Trusting your heart, making choices, decisions within your life from a place of what your heart is guiding you to do, right? And you have Gwyneth here, which is the mother, nurture, and present. And to me, it is you choosing to nurture yourself, right? Nurture your creative aspect of your mind and your intuition. And with the sacrifice here, and I'm noticing how in the sacrifice card here, she's holding up this butterfly that's kind of in her hand. To me, that's a lot of transformation, right? To me, it's like you are actually, like I said, doing the work, right? You were actually doing the work. And this may be sacrificing in a way that you were letting go of a lot of those old beliefs, right? That maybe your parents or grandparents may have kind of held on to, that you were trusting in that any of these dreams or wishes. I'm also noticing she's got a butterfly kind of wrapped around her eye too, right? So there's a lot of, I feel like, transformation happening within your mind, right? The whole body, the way that she's got all of this energy. It's like this complete transformation that is taking place within you to really kind of, you know, even here with the little fairy here, she's got wings. There's wings here. There's wings on around her head, around her eye. It's just this complete, beautiful transformation that is taking place within you for you, right? To be that, maybe that woman for some of you, that woman in the family, regardless of your gender. It's about you finding your power, right? You finding your power. And because there's a lot of this feminine energy coming through, it could be you nurturing that feminine aspect of the self. Maybe where within your family, a lot of the feminine energy was being suppressed or it was wounded, right? You could be dealing with, say, like a mom or a grandmother, great grandmother who had, you know, self-esteem issues, emotional, I'm even getting like emotional neglect, having a parent who came from trauma and not being able to give you maybe the love, the nurturing that you really need. It's like now you have this time to really nurture and mother yourself and reparent yourself. And that can be love that you are turning around and giving to your children, your family, and kind of changing things. I feel like completely. It's just learning how to be more emotionally mature, emotionally stable, grounded, more nurturing towards others, more kind, more forgiving, more just very heart-centered, right? Just caring about people and wanting to nurture yourself, wanting to nurture others, being more open and receptive, you know, to love, because the Empress is also this beautiful energy of growing and developing. And I just feel like just so much confidence in yourself that you are just blossoming into. And I'm seeing the moon right underneath that with temperance. Wow, all these major arcana and strength. The moon can also be about a lot of confusion and illusions that maybe your family had stepped or had been stuck in, right? Illusions surrounding or trapping, I feel like, the feminine aspect of the self, right? Feminine energy, not loving the self, low self-esteem, low self-worth, lots of fears, insecurities, doubts in themselves, in their power, in their ability to manifest or to trust their creative energy. And with temperance, it's like you are that person who's alchemizing all of this energy. You are the alchemist here. You are the co-creator. You are recognizing your abilities to kind of put these irrational fears or insecurities or, you know, illusions, self-limiting beliefs that were kind of keeping maybe family members stuck, right? Generational. And you are that generation, right? This ending with you, right? You being that person who is learning to bring balance to that, right? Transmuting that energy into something powerful, right? Empress, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, So that is some really, really beautiful energy. And then to me with the stagnation here, it's like maybe in the past, family members had sat on their ideas, right? Plans that they had, things that they wanted, and they just never went after it, or they felt like they just couldn't do it, right? They didn't have the power to, but you're just like this, a force to be reckoned with this energy. And to me, it's like, I'm also looking at this little picture here and how this little creature here is all these birds are surrounding it, right? To me, it's like you are that generation that is allowing yourself to be actually guided in your life by spirit, right? Looking back at the past, what you've learned from certain patterns of behaviors from within yourself and also within the family line, to learn that I'm not going to allow these things to block me from what my vision is, what my goal is, to finding happiness and to creating my happiness in my life, right? Where your family members may have been kind of stuck to say, okay, I can't make this happen, or this is not possible for me. You were saying things are going to be different, right? Moving forward, things are going to be different. So I actually want to read this one here and see a little bit more what this is about to kind of close out your reading here. Okay, so this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, card number 44. So it says, to sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. For example, in the Bible, Yahweh preferred Abel's sacrifice of one of his lambs to Cain's offering of vegetables and fruits. In Middle America, however, Quetzalcoatl, the Lord of the Dawn, came to teach that spirit preferred our songs and our prayers to the blood of humans or animals. The invitation says, the sacrifice asks you to offer to spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sacrificed and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table of the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. So this almost makes me feel that in a way, look at this. It says, you have sacrificed yourself and your dreams for too long. Now is the time to rededicate yourself to your journey. When you make sacred, you open the doors to infinite wealth. Do not delay. Right? So it almost makes me feel like maybe you or someone who may have gone through a really, really challenging things, I feel like, within your life. And it's just like, to me, with this pile, it feels like you are that one person out of the family. Because of the sacrifice here, it almost makes me feel like you are that person in the family that your ancestors have chosen with the big task of healing this, of clearing this, of breaking this cycle within the family line. Like you, it almost makes me feel like you, before you incarnated, you agreed to a specific soul contract with your family that you were going to do it. You were going to do it. You were going to change it. You were going to, this is making me so emotional. Like you were going to do it. You were going to make this happen for the family. You were going to make things right. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful energy with this. It's like, wow, pile one. This is like, whatever you're doing here, like, keep going, right? Even on those days when you doubt yourself and you think like, I can't. Yes, you can, pile one. It's like, to me, that sacrifice is you saying, I'm going to do this. No matter if it's tough, if it's challenging, I got this, I'm going to do that. And that is that Queen of Wands energy, right? Like I said, she stops for no one, right? You tell her no, you close the door in her face, she's going to find another way, right? She's going to make it happen. It's liberating, this type of energy. It's beautiful, pile one. It's like, wow. it's like this complete transformation of this. And yeah, it makes me feel like with the sacrifice here that you were that person that your family line had chosen to break this cycle, break this curse, however you choose to look at that, is just to be empowered and strong and change the game for the family moving forward. Okay, so wow, pile one, wow. So I'm going to leave it here. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile twos. So those of you that resonated with this selenite and this little card here, this is going to be a reading. So we're going to put this over here. It is going to be part of your reading, but I want to see the rest of your cards first. So our pick a card today is, what generational cycles or curses are you breaking? Okay. So pile two, let's see. Generational cycles, curses is pile number 2, breaking. Okay, so we do have the Wheel of Fortune. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus energy. What generational cycles, curses is pile number 2, breaking? Okay, so we do have the Magician. We also have the Fool. We have the 10 of Swords. And we have the Lovers. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple different things here with this energy that's come through. And of course, this is a general reading, so take what resonates. But one of the things that I am seeing here is divorce or separation or painful situations kind of ending in your life. So some of you, yes, that chose this pile, it could be that you do come from a parents that got divorced, or grandparents, or something of a very painful ending to a specific relationship that was important. And for others of you, I see this as the cycle that's being broken here is, I'm still kind of seeing this 10 of Swords energy here as being symbolic of some type of thing coming to an end, and your ability to be able to move through these ups and downs in life, because the Wheel of Fortune is talking about the cycles of life, okay? And with the cycles of life, sometimes there are things that come to an end, and it can be very uncomfortable. It can create a lot of change, a lot of painful type of situations, thoughts, emotions surrounding certain things. So whatever this 10 of Swords is symbolic for you, it's your ability with what you're changing here is your ability to recover from situations in life that maybe once before, like for parents or grandparents or somewhere in the family line, that after some type of difficult situation has happened, an inability to be able to recover and flourish and thrive after that. Okay, so what I'm seeing happening for you is what generational cycle and curse that you're breaking here in a way is your ability to move through life by going with the flow versus, and this could still, of course, be something that you're still working on, right? Within this pile, but the Ten of Swords is something, you know, of a, like I said, a painful ending. It could be when we feel just mentally drained and tired and stressed and, you know, overthinking things, overanalyzing, and we're stuck in our head and we feel like we cannot move forward, right? But looking at this powerful energy here with the Magician, the Fool, to me, this is about you manifesting and creating new beginnings, right? So even though you may have gone through a cycle in life that has been not the most pleasant, that you are able to kind of change things around for yourself, where you are keeping yourself open to unlimited potential, unlimited possibility, new beginnings, with the Full energy here. And with the Lovers, it is also about you finding balance within yourself, that even through life's ups and downs and cycles that you may go through, you learn to make decisions from a place of your heart with the Lover's energy here. And it could even be mending and healing family situations, relationships that you have with partners, romantic partners, family members, children even, I feel like with this, and be able to kind of move through those cycles instead of allowing yourself to get to stay stuck, right? And even your little card here with the littlest blessing, he looks a little sad, right? He looks a little sad here. He's got his eyes kind of hanging heavy, low. And then there's this little flower that he's holding on to that has a little ladybug on it. So this is really kind of like, even though he may be feeling kind of not his greatest, right? But this is where you really kind of open up to looking at the silver lining, right? Looking at the blessings that we do have in life, that even though we could be going through something that's painful or challenging, and it's really challenging us in our life, that we can say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to allow this a situation, this event, whatever this is that I'm going through, to completely break me down. And sometimes it might, right? Sometimes it might. Sometimes you might have like feeling depressed or sad or lost, confused, hitting rock bottom and going through all that, right? But not staying there, right? The change that's happening within you, what you're breaking here, is that you rise. You go through the rebirth process. You go through the transformation within the self to say, okay, this event or this situation that I've gone through is only making me stronger, and I will rise from this. You're holding gratitude for the blessings that are in your life presently, and starting to look at things, change perspective, of keeping yourself open to say, okay, if this was something that had to end, or this was something that had to, be removed from my life, that you're better able to kind of recover, like I said, and trust and have faith and belief in the divine's plan for you. And you're able to turn this around, I feel like, in the way that you are perceiving it, right? So let's see what else. It's believing, I feel like, with the Magician energy here, in your power. To be able to manifest, co-create, right? Ideas, things that you're inspired by, for some of you, it can even be wealth, with the Wheel of Fortune. Manifesting love for some of you, right? Let's see what else. Pile number 2. What generational cycles or curses are you breaking? Pile 2. Intention, look at that. And he's got this little, what is it? His little dandelion, right? To me, that's a lot about wishes. This egg being a symbol of fertility and growth and manifesting something here, right? You're focusing your intention. Noticing that both of them have little white flowers in their mouths. So yeah, the Full energy is that little white flower is like this symbol of purity, innocence, new beginnings. So let's see here. So we also have Aquarius, Gemini. Pile number 2. What generational cycle or curse are you breaking? We have the Weasel and Pine with introspection. They all have a white flower. Let's see. Pile number 2. What generational cycles and curses are you breaking? We have card number 37 with the moon, right? And the moon is also cycles here, right? So we'll look at that one and see what else that is talking about. But let's see. To me, yes, there's a lot of energy of manifestation here with the Magician, the intention here, the introspection, which is delving deep within the self, finding one's identity, finding balance within the self. We also have the hair here, and it says otherworld, shape-shifting, and fertility. Okay, so again, this is a lot of manifestation energy here, right? Maybe you're manifesting a new reality for yourself versus kind of staying in a cycle where things were not going great, right? But you having the power to actually change it, which may have been something very different than your, say, like your parents, your grandparents. They may have felt like, okay, well, look where we're at now, right? We're not doing good, or we're suffering financially, or, you know, this situation isn't good and we can't do anything about it. Where you were actually saying, okay, yes, I have gone through this difficulty and this challenge, but I'm changing it, right? This isn't going to be my forever. This isn't going to be a cycle that I'm going to stay stuck in, that I'm actually going to put forth the energy and the focused intention towards recreating the life that I truly want to live here. Okay, so it's a lot of you reflecting deeply within the self, finding the self, understanding the self, discovering who you are, right? It's kind of what I'm seeing here. And let's look at your moon, which is card number 37. That is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So let's see, 37. Okay. So it says, every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light and then back again. This phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyches. It offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, right, which is kind of what this little creature looks like he's gone through, right? He's feeling a little bit sad, and there's this little flower here that is bringing life, right, with the ladybug here. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is the ending, something that is painful, or, you know, something that has to come to an end here. But instead of feeling down, that we have the opportunity here to kind of go more with the flow, the ebb and flow of life, to create different energy for ourselves. And that's kind of where I'm feeling like is your generational line might have felt like, okay, if we're doing not good, that we're stuck in this not good energy, right? Whatever's happening in life, that you are actually breaking free from that cycle and deciding, I'm going to take the risk, I'm going to take the leap of faith, I'm stepping into the unknown, I'm leaving the fear behind, and I'm going into this blindly and trusting and having faith in the universe that I can create and manifest blessings into my life. So it says it offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is light waiting so we can be reborn into a new phase. This calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon, may our lives be renewed as yours is. The moon also has a strong influence on the ebb and flow of waters on the earth. This same power in turn affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising from or holding back into the unconscious. The moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of this balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements, or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon's cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs, right? So it says the medicine for this card says, this card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of yourself until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. Okay, so yeah, super beautiful energy. Like I said, it's kind of like you kind of finding this restorative energy, right? That even though things may kind of not go your way with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen with the Wheel of Fortune. It is fate, it is destiny, it is out of our control, basically. But it is about us kind of going with the flow and understanding that things won't always remain in a bad place. If we're feeling like we're going through some challenges in life, that there's always, you know, things can improve, things can change. We can step into, you know, creating change, manifesting change, right? By doing a lot of inner work and saying, okay, well, how can I look at this situation differently, right? How can I see what I've learned from this and really look at the beauty in life, even though things may not be quite our way or what we had wanted for ourselves or what we anticipated happening, that we have the power to create that change. And that is what just truly beautiful. Okay, for you, pile number 2. So I'm going to leave it here for you guys. I hope that this reading was helpful for you, and I will talk to you soon. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonate with card number 15, your inner light will guide you. And this desert jasper little heart, this is going to be a reading. I'm actually going to put this over here for right now until we get your cards out. So our pick a card today is, what generational cycle curses are you breaking? Okay, so of course, general reading, this may not be like the full-on every single thing that you are breaking from. This is Spirit sharing whatever Spirit is wanting to share today for the collective. So if you do feel drawn to a different pile, you may have messages in that pile as well. So pile 3, what generational cycle curses are you breaking? For pile number 3. We have the 3 of Swords. We also have the Hanged Man. What generational cycles and curses is pile number 3 breaking? We have Justice. We have the Queen of Cups. We also have the 8 of Wands. So already I'm kind of seeing how there is this karmic influence that is here, because we do have Justice here. And with the 3 of Swords energy here, this is talking about some type of pain, suffering, loss, heartache that is being experienced, and how I feel like in a way you are breaking this is that you are learning to heal from these experiences you have in your life that may cause a lot of pain, a lot of heartache with that 3 of Swords, and how to heal yourself and how to really bring balance, I feel like, an emotional balance, I feel like, within your own energy. Okay, changing and shifting perspective is another thing that I'm seeing here with the Hanged Man. And with the Hermit at the bottom, we have Virgo energy here, Libra, Pisces. What else do we have here? Yeah, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then we also have Sagittarius. Okay, but with the Hermit energy here, this is also a lot of deep introspection for reflection. It almost makes me feel like you, through heartache and pain, that these experiences are ones that are truly, instead of like causing which of course, regardless, it's causing pain and heartache for you, disappointment, feeling really hurt. But instead of allowing yourself to be stuck, let's just say, to a life of pain and suffering and, you know, feeling even for some of you like a victim, or just like through a lot of maybe traumas that you've gone through, that you, through this process, you're learning how to work through it. Okay, you're learning how to work through it and to be able to change and shift your perspective when it comes to those difficult or challenging situations that could lead to painful experiences. You're kind of directing that energy inwards with the Hermit energy here, and learning how to take that painful experience and really reflect upon using this almost like as a catalyst for you to heal, right? Versus, let's just say, generations where something painful happens and you don't really reflect on those wounds. You don't reflect on that pain. You don't learn from it. You don't grow from it. You don't evolve. Like, you are that person who is taking those painful experiences that you've gone through, and to me, in a way, allowing them to be like that jumping off point for you to really kind of reflect inwards and about how you need to work on, say, healing yourself, or what types of things you need to heal, like healing the inner child, working on shadow work, so that you are able to really nurture and love the self and learn how to, I feel like, bring balance. And also, I feel like, learn some valuable lessons here, because with justice is karma, right? And there can be a lot of things that we go through, cycles that we go through, in which we have a choice to make. And sometimes we choose wrong. Sometimes we end up making a choice that leads to more pain, more heartache, more challenge for us. And we learn from those experiences, right? Sometimes it's not the first time. Sometimes we will repeat, you know, a mistake that we've made. We choose wrong, and we're like, wow, why is my life like this? Why do I keep going through the same thing over and over again? But with the Hermit, to me, it's like you are, through these experiences, you are discovering yourself. You're learning more about yourself, right? So even in the midst of going through something painful with the Three of Swords, we can feel in that moment like, wow, I'm never going to recover from this. I'm never going to heal from this. It's never going to happen, right? I'm always going to feel sad. I'm always going to feel depressed. I'm always going to feel like this is something that's so wounding for me that I'm not going to recover from this, right? But in the way that you're changing it is that you're not allowing that pain or that heartache that you've experienced to be something that completely, I feel like, takes away from you. You're learning how to work through it. You're learning how to face the pain, no matter how challenging it is, right? Because this can be a lot of inner work with the Hermit. But this is really where we discover ourselves. We discover who we are, our identity. This is a lot of time for reflection, introspection, and finding that, you know, allowing ourselves to rest, to heal, to recover. And coming out, I feel like, on the other side of this with that Queen of Cups energy, more balanced, right? We can begin to listen to what our needs are with that Three of Swords, and learn how to change and shift our perspective with the things that we've gone through in the past. And also learn, like I said, from those choices that we've made, the cause and effect of that, right? And kind of be reflective to say, okay, how can I approach life moving forward from a different perspective? Or how can I avoid situations like I've led myself to based off of my choices into creating better choices for myself in order for me to be able to move forward and take action towards creating powerful change, right? And even with your 15 here, it says your inner light will guide you. That's the Hermit, okay? The Hermit is the energy of a guide. It is us kind of listening and going within so we can find that light within ourselves when we are feeling like we are in a dark place, right? So it's like you are someone who has found, I don't want to say comfort right away. It's like you are someone who may be comfortable in the darkness, or you have actually gone through some really painful stuff in your life that has put you into that dark place for you to find your way out of it, versus going through life, going through the pain, and never dealing with the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts that were kind of associated with it, that you were actually, like I said, kind of like the pain being a catalyst for you to really become a better version of yourself, right? And it is not without the hard work, right? And the focus and the discipline. It's like you were actually not afraid of facing your darkness in order to find your light, right? People can say, okay, yeah, I've had a hard life, but it's like you are actually that person who's not afraid of facing your darkness in order to navigate through it and to rise. I feel like with that Queen of Cups energy, that even through this, that you can gain enlightenment and wisdom and knowledge from that and see, okay, now this makes sense. Now I understand why I've had to go through this in order for me to become this version of self, right? To continue to kind of move forward. So I feel like it's, it's definitely not, I feel like the easiest journey, that you've gone through with this, but I feel like it's definitely rewarding in that you are finding that light within you, and it is, can be very challenging. And I feel like if you're in the midst of this right now and you're still feeling a little lost, you're still feeling like, I don't know who I am, I don't know what my path is, I don't know, all these things, keep going, right? Because the only way out of this Hermit energy is through it, right? We have to face our shadow. We have to face these feelings, emotions, anything that we are kind of going through here, so that we can really reflect on changing or shifting the perspective towards the things we've gone through in the past, and we learn, right, with it, with justice, how to break free of that cycle of staying maybe in pain or heartache, or choosing things that lead us towards, heartache that may become all too familiar for us as we make repeated kind of choices. So this is us really learning how to, or you, pile 3, learning how to kind of break free from that and not be afraid of doing the shadow work, of doing the inner child healing, and coming out of that as that Queen of Cups, learning to love the self, nurture the self, care, self-love, and really bring a more emotional maturity is also something that I'm seeing here as well. Okay, so let's actually put this up here. And let's go into your oracle, pile number 3. What generational cycles, curses are you breaking? We have flying with card number 20. What generational cycles, curses? Standing stones. Look at that. Ancestors, gateways, and the sacred. Pile number 3. What generational cycle or curses are you breaking? This one wants to come out here. We have the ghost dance. And let's see. This makes me feel like the ghosts of the past, right? Your past, even things that you have gone through, things that are needing to be healed, that you're actually, facing them. We have the turtle and the coriander with satisfaction. Okay. So I do want to kind of see what your flying one says here, the number 20. So let's see. Okay, so I love this already. You've got the hangman here, and flying says you have the power to see things from a higher perspective. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all your hard work is paid off, and the things you hope for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. Okay? So yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's like it makes me feel like this, like through challenging, difficult, painful situations, these things are serving as a catalyst for you to find growth through them instead of allowing them to completely destroy and feel like ruin. And you know, it's like you're actually using them in a way to choose to grow from it, to choose to evolve from it, and allowing your intuition to guide you towards maybe even making better choices, I feel like, for yourself moving forward, right? And knowing that life doesn't always have to be that way. The ghost dance here is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So we're going to look at this here. But yeah, to me, when I'm seeing this, the ghost dance, it's almost making me feel like being a prisoner from the past, right? Being a prisoner from the past, releasing that. So it says the ghost dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. It says the ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive those gifts. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. Right? So that's kind of what I was saying here, is that your ancestors, you know, generations before you may have gone through some painful things and they're like, okay, that's it, right? I've gone through this pain. It's knocked me down, and that's where I'm going to stay. That you are not letting that become your story too. You're changing it, right? You're changing that. You're making different choices or learning how to shift and change your perspective towards using it, like I said, as a catalyst to heal, to reflect, to introspect. How can I make better choices? How can I change this energy, right? Blaming the ancestors is what Spirit is saying here isn't going to help, right? You can say, okay, well, I'm like this because of my mom. I'm like this because of my dad. No, this is Spirit saying here, you have a choice. You can create a different story, right? We can choose to change and be different, right, than those before us. So it says, if you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore, right? So this can even be telling you that if you are kind of in a way knowing that maybe there is someone in your life currently, whether it's a romantic relationship or a family member or a friend, and you notice that there is this repeated pattern over and over and over again, right? This is Spirit saying here, take notice, right? Because justice, it is our choices, our decisions, right? We can either make a choice that is going to be helpful to help us to break free from this karmic cycle, or we can make a choice that is going to lead again to pain, to heartache, right? So this is Spirit giving you a message for those of you where you do have maybe someone who is an ex, someone who hurt you, someone you loved, and this person has reappearing. That's showing you there's a cycle there, right? There's something that we're not learning, okay? So what I was saying here kind of goes from the past, but yeah, we've got the ancestor energy here, ancestors here with standing stones. And I'm seeing how this hand looks like it's kind of reaching out and kind of touching that. So in a way, I'm looking at this little horse here with wings, and it's kind of lifting above this maze that's here, right? To me, that's also this karmic cycle, right? That you have the ability to free yourself from this, from what the ancestors before you may have been stuck in, right? To where you feel with the satisfaction here, you're able to feel more confident, more happy, right? Nurturing the self, learning from these experiences to be able to kind of uplift yourself out of them so you do feel more satisfied, more happy, with finding a life that does bring fulfillment for you. Okay? And it says here, your inner light will guide you. That comes through that Hermit energy, right? Doing the inner work, looking at what needs to be healed, right? Versus letting it become our story over and over and over again. We learn to identify how we can make different choices, right? To be able to free ourselves and move forward from that cycle, okay? Break free. So I'm going to leave it here for you. Pile number 3. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.